This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Northport police are looking for the thieves who broke into a local business and then stole half a dozen golf carts. The crime was all caught on camera.
Police are releasing new surveillance video of that theft in hopes that it will lead to some arrests. And although that crime sounds out of the ordinary, ABC's Christopher Brantley tells us golf carts are becoming a hot item on the black market.
Good evening. This is the fence that was taken down. It has obviously since been repaired, but as we learned while we were out here, this isn't the first time a fence has been cut down and carts have been stolen.
He literally cut the fence, jacked the top bar up, and drove right underneath it and out to the road.
And that's not the first time robbers have helped themselves to the inventory.
They've done everything from cut our back fences to literally cut the fences right on 41 and load them up on a lowboy.
This video may be the key in finding the cart bandits. It was shot by a public security camera. The two employees felt something was amiss and contacted police shortly after the robbery was reported across town.
The Publix here is miles away from that, but somebody saw something that seemed suspicious with some folks wrestling around with a golf cart in the back of a truck who seemed to be in a hurry.
Is there some sort of like black market for these golf carts somewhere?
It would appear so. We have had stolen cars of our own turn up in Georgia in hunt camps. We've had warranty claims filed from as far away as the Caribbean.
The carts are a hot commodity. They're valued at $8,000 to $10,000 a piece. If the robbery couldn't get any worse, half of the carts on the lot are owned by private individuals who asked caddy carts to shelter them during Hurricane Irma. And one of them is missing.
Hopefully we'll get that one back. He's a very good customer.
Hopefully get all of them back.
Well, if not, we'll be building him a new one.
And of course, as they continue their investigation, the Northport Police hopes that anyone who has information will come forward. In Northport, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Christopher, thank you. Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies now believe the same man committed 2 armed robberies at 2 separate stores. Deputies are releasing surveillance photos of the suspected robber. The 7-Eleven store in North Lockwood Ridge was robbed early Saturday morning, and then another 7-Eleven on Pearl Avenue was robbed late Sunday night. And detectives believe the same man robbed both stores. They also believe he's driving a 2006 to 2009 model silver Ford Fusion.
When you get pulled over at the end of the month, is it a coincidence or are officers trying to meet a quota? An email from Florida Highway Patrol was recently leaked revealing possible quotas within the departments. And now Florida drivers are asking if ticket quotas exist in law enforcement. While many law enforcement agencies would not comment on the issue, one local police chief and a former law enforcement officer is shedding some light on that issue.
Sometimes they can be implied to a degree, like, well, how many tickets did you write this week kind of deal. Says, well, a couple, and that kind of deal.
Coming up tonight on ABC7 News at 7, find out whether or not our local agencies have ticket quotas.
In just 2 weeks, drivers on the Suncoast will once again be able to use the new Fort Hamer Bridge in Manatee County. The span connects Lakewood Ranch to Parrish east of I-75. Manatee County officials now say the bridge will open Wednesday, October 18th. Drivers got to use that bridge for a few days last month when it was temporarily opened to help evacuees and traffic move more smoothly before and after Hurricane Irma. Chances are you still have a big pile of vegetative debris from Hurricane Irma sitting right in your front of your home.
Crews are going through neighborhoods picking up those piles, but Sarasota County says it could still be a few more months before they collect it all. ABC7's Erica Jackson joins us now live from Sarasota County to find out why homeowners think there's a big risk involved and what you can do to speed up that process. Erica?
Good evening, Jacqueline and Scott. This large pile of debris behind me has been sitting here since Hurricane Irma hit just about 3 weeks ago, and it's expected to be here until after Thanksgiving.
The debris, I picked up all myself, put it in the pile. I did what the county said to do, put it by the road.
Weeks after Hurricane Irma hit Sarasota County, the impact can still be seen in front of thousands of homes, including Abby Sloan's. The mother of 2 is frustrated that a pile of vegetative debris measuring more than 30 feet wide still sits at the edge of her lawn.
When you get debris like this, especially in all these different houses surrounding you, you get rats, you get snakes, and having the 2 little ones, that worries me that they're going to go from there to in my house.
We're working as diligently and feverishly as we can to pick up the debris as quickly as possible.
Emergency Management Sections Chief Scott Montgomery says the county expects to pick up 250,000 cubic yards of debris over the next few months. Homeowners can speed up the process by putting small piles of debris out for Waste Management's weekly pickup. Trash collectors can pick up debris in trash cans weighing less than 40 pounds and bounds up to 4 feet wide.
Make sure that it's out in the open, it's not next to power poles, it's not near power lines, it's not over fire hydrants.
But even with that extra help, the collection process will likely continue through December as crews work from South County to North Sarasota.
I think it's crazy. Like, there's no reason that it should take 3 months, almost 4 months after the fact to be cleaned up.
But Montgomery assures homeowners county staff is working to get the largest trucks and fill them to the top.
We've got our contractor, we're renting trucks, anything as we can get this picked up as quickly as possible.
And the county is renting 10 trucks from subcontractors to help speed up the process, and those are expected to arrive in Sarasota County within the next week. Reporting live in Sarasota County, Erica Jackson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Could be take until Thanksgiving, she said.
I know,
so,
if not even longer, who knows?
Yeah, it's, you know, I think we're all ready for it to, it's like a reminder, a constant reminder that we had Irma roll through here, but yeah, at least they're working on it.
We'll be happy to see it gone. Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for your first alert weather forecast.
Yeah, similar things are happening in Manatee County, too. I know on our road it hasn't been picked up there either. Slowly but surely it will. Now, this wasn't a typical situation in that the hurricane just didn't hit one area and then kind of dissipate and work its way across the state. This hit the entire peninsula, and so a lot of tree and debris all the way across the entire peninsula. So this is not a typical situation, very atypical in terms of the damage associated with it, covering a widespread area. You can see some showers there south of Sarasota, one lone shower there near Northport and down south near Rotunda right now. Not a lot of activity going on at present, and it looks as though we will see drier air move in just for one day only tomorrow, and then moisture coming back, and the winds will stay strong even despite the fact that we won't see much rainfall tomorrow. The winds will stay very brisk out of the east and northeast throughout the day. 79 right now. Look at this, east and northeast winds at 21 sustained. Gusts as high as 25 to 30 at times across the region. We'll have more on our weather for the rest of this week, and then take a look at the tropics a little bit more thoroughly. There is a system that looks like it will develop here fairly quickly. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. President Trump making his first trip to Puerto Rico today, greeting families still struggling from Hurricane Maria and surveying the devastation left by that storm. The president also taking time to praise the federal response amid criticism of his handling of this disaster. ABC's Elizabeth Herr shows us where the recovery efforts now stand.
President Trump in Puerto Rico as consoler-in-chief.
We're going to help you out. Thank you. Have a good time. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. This during the president's first trip to the U.S. territory 2 weeks after Hurricane Maria, as one emergency official put it, destroyed the island. So far, power restored to just 5% of the island, and some 2/3 of residents still don't have cell service. President Trump, accompanied by the First Lady, even handing out supplies himself while praising FEMA and emergency responders.
Great job. Great job. And to all of my people.
Directly responding to critics slamming the federal response as inadequate and slow.
This has been a Category 5, which few people have ever even heard of. A Category 5 hitting land, but it hit land, and boy did it hit land.
The White House maintaining federal help has been delivered and continues to stream in, with thousands of troops and civilians on the ground, delivering more than 1 million meals and 2 million liters of water. The president, who earlier bashed some members of the Puerto Rican leadership in a barrage of tweets, seemingly making peace on this trip, particularly with the San Juan mayor with this handshake, but again raising eyebrows after scolding local officials on their budget crisis.
I hate to tell you, Puerto Rico, but you've thrown our budget a little out of whack.
Now, during this trip, President Trump did not visit the U.S. Virgin Islands, also ravaged by the hurricane, but the governor of that territory traveled to Puerto Rico to meet with the president. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, Washington.
And thousands of people who evacuated the Caribbean due to Hurricane Maria are now here in Florida. Royal Caribbean's Adventure of the Seas cruise ship carrying around 3,800 people arrived in Broward County today. The evacuees are from Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, as well as some tourist and cruise line employees. Several FEMA officials are there to help people apply for federal aid to help cover storm losses. Before picking up the evacuees, the ship delivered essential supplies to hurricane-devastated U.S. territories in the Caribbean.
Plans to turn Sarasota's Bayfront into a renowned destination are moving forward. Bayfront 2020 officials have started the first round of interviews to select a design firm to complete that project. The group hopes to transform more than 42 acres of land along Boulevard of the Arts at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall into an entertainment hub. Officials began that international search for a design company months ago and said they have narrowed down the options to the top 4 finalists.
They're basically going to be providing their qualifications, their expertise, presenting some ideas. Ultimately, I think what the group and the city are looking for is a team that has that vision, that big vision, but also a team that has the right chemistry to work with us in the city. You know, and ultimately, as we move forward, like I said, this has an opportunity to be one of the greatest projects in the country.
The second round of interviews will take place tomorrow at the Robert L. Taylor Center. They are open to the public.
Can't wait to see what they come up with there.
I know, I'm looking forward to it.
Beautiful piece of property. Still to come in your Suncoast News, 2 recalls that could involve your dinner tonight.
Why ground turkey and popular children's dishes are both being taken off the shelves. Straight ahead.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
I dropped it on the floor and he stepped on it.
No matter how you broke your smartphone, there's only one smart way to fix it. Batteries plus bulbs. Schedule your repair at batteriesplus.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
It's a dangerous habit. Texting and driving kills thousands each year. Join ABC7 and take the No Text Zone pledge.
Hi, I'm Michael Johnson, the new car manager at Venice Honda, encouraging you to help us keep the Suncoast safe by making the pledge to not text and drive. Save a life. Stop by Venice Honda today and make the pledge to not text and drive, and register to win a $100 gift card to Capitol Grill.
Take the pledge. Save a life. Go to mysuncoast.com for more information.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
We all know that being overweight isn't good for your health, but does it have an effect on cancer rates? ABC's Serena Marshall takes a look.
With our waistlines growing, so is obesity in America, with approximately 1/3 of adults now labeled as overweight. And it's not just bad for your heart. A new CDC report summarized data from United States cancer statistics between 2005 and 2014. They saw an increase in the overall rate of cancer for Americans younger than 75. Cancers of the kidney, endometrium, thyroid, pancreas, liver, stomach, as well as postmenopausal breast cancer. Altogether, cancers associated with being overweight or obese accounted for 40% of all cancers diagnosed in 2014. That was just over half of all cancers diagnosed in women and a quarter of those diagnosed in men. There is some good news, though. The third most common cancer in the U.S. and another fat-linked cancer, colorectal cancer, decreased 23% between 2005 and 2014, probably because more people are being tested for it. More colonoscopies means fewer cancer deaths. The message of all of this: shrink your weight, shrink your cancer risk. With this Medical Minute, I'm Serena Marshall, ABC News.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, the Van Wezel webcam showing some clouds and some showers occasionally blowing on through here fairly quickly, but pretty quick downpours, some heavy downpours at times, and winds gusting as high as 25 to 30, almost like feeder bands. And it may be a result of a low pressure area. In fact, it is down to our south now into the Straits of Florida. On top of that, high pressure to the north of us. We're kind of sandwiched in between those two systems, and we're also starting to see some banding features, what appears to be a low developing just south of Florida right now. The Hurricane Center giving it only a 10% chance developing. Small craft advisory remains in effect for the entire coast of Florida at this point, and will stay that way through Thursday. Some heavier rain down to our south right now. There's a little drier air up to the north, kind of working its way in. And you can see some showers into Highlands County. Pretty heavy rain there. A few showers have been popping up here and there across west central Florida, but not enough to cause any significant problems at this time. Evening planner looks like this. It will stay windy right through 11 o'clock. Temperatures into the mid-70s. And as far as our current conditions go, it's 79 out there. The dew point temperature 73, so that's bounced back up. East to northeast winds at 21, and the pressure is still fairly high. The 85-degree temperature today was 2 degrees shy of the normal, which is 87, and well away from the record, 95. 2/100 of an inch of rainfall so far for the month. A very quiet start to this October, but things will be changing soon. We are looking at the hourly forecast tomorrow. Temperatures will rebound and get into the upper 80s as a result of the high pressure and a little bit more sunshine around. 73, temperatures in the low to mid-70s to start today. Future winds will stay windy too all the way through Thursday. You can see the winds offshore really up into the high category. So if you're offshore more than say 20 miles or so, you're going to see seas up to 4 to 6 feet off there. But small craft advisories even near shore, 16 to 15 miles an hour at times during the morning, and then we'll pick up in the afternoon up to 20. So sometimes at 25 to 30 mile-an-hour gusts tomorrow afternoon. Well, all eyes are on the tropics once again in the Western Caribbean, the Southwest in particular. This is the area of concern. Already starting to see an explosion of storms there. This is an area typically where we see low pressure areas develop in the latter half of the season. And it looks as though this one is eventually going to develop and move northward in time. At least that's what a lot of the forecast models are saying. This is the European model. We watched this with Irma so many times. This is not nearly as strong as Irma. If it were to develop, it would be a weak storm if it gets into the Gulf of Mexico, and it looks like it will with the heavy weather to the right side of it. Now, this is on Friday. You'll notice I put it into motion. This is Saturday now. It's well over a couple hundred miles west of our area. It's going to bring a lot of tropical moisture, and if it follows this path, and then it starts to scoot a little bit more to the northeast. So wait for the next run, see if it inches closer to the state. There is an area of high pressure, again, driving it to the east, and so we'll see if that weakens. If it does, then we'll have more of a risk here along west central Florida. And then a cold front is expected to get close to us by midweek next week. Again, the chances of this developing have gone up significantly. It was over the Yucatan. Now the models are thinking that it will be a little bit further south. Those chances now up to 60% over the next 5 days. And the area in red is where it's going to be, we think, somewhere in the next 5 days. So we'll watch it intensely through the next several days. We'll know more, obviously, by Friday and Saturday. Small craft advisory in effect. A moderate chop out there in the bays and inland waters, and that will stay that way. If you're well offshore, rough to choppy conditions expected. The low tide at 6:47 and a high just after midnight, another low at 6:43. Tonight, passing shower possible, otherwise breezy, 74 for your low tomorrow. 88 for a high, breezy conditions, only a 20% chance for a shower, and the extended forecast picking up the rain chances right through the weekend and beyond, with high temperatures pretty close to seasonal averages. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. No accidents to report, but traffic is backed up on both the Green and DeSoto bridges in Manatee County.
Chances are you probably shop at Publix once in a while, so you may want to pay close attention to this recall. The USDA is announcing a major recall for Publix branded ground turkey. The packages were sold at stores in 9 states, including here in Florida. Apparently, metal shavings were found in one of the packages. There haven't been any confirmed reports of illnesses or injuries from eating the meat, but USDA officials say you should not take a chance. The meat should be thrown away or returned to the store where it was purchased.
And another important recall to tell you about, this one involving children's items. Playtex is recalling some children's plates and bowls due to a choking hazard. The recall involves plates that have printed designs like cars, construction scenes, giraffes, princesses, and many more. Playtex has received almost 400 reports that the clear plastic layer over the graphics can either bubble or peel. The dishes were sold at Babies R Us, Target, Walmart, and Amazon.com.
2 things to look out for with those recalls. Your entertainment news is next. Stay with us.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows. Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make 1 monthly program payment and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Music fans around the world are remembering rock legend Tom Petty.
He was rushed to a hospital Sunday night after being found unconscious at his Malibu home. He died yesterday at the age of 66. Stephanie Elam takes a look back at his life.
She was an American girl.
Tom Petty's music embodied the essence of rock and roll: freedom, truth, and rebellion. With a career that spanned more than half a century, Petty was hailed by some as a musical poet.
Music, as far as I've seen in the world so far, is the only real magic that I know. Just something really honest and clean and pure, and it touches you in your heart.
Petty grew up in Gainesville, Florida during the 1950s.
Don't kill kiss me.
He met the king, Elvis Presley, on a movie set when he was just 11 years old. That was the moment, Petty says. His life was forever changed, and he became hooked on rock and roll. By 1974, Petty's Gainesville band, Mudcrutch, was California bound. The country rock quintet landed a record deal in L.A.
I live on the west side.
Mudcrutch disbanded a short time later, and in 1975, Petty formed a new band that included 2 other Mudcrutch originals.
I really think I'm in one of the best rock and roll bands in the world.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers became pioneers of the Heartland rock movement. Their straightforward rock and roll sound and unpretentious lyrics generated a string of hits. Breakdown.
Breakdown, honey, take me through the night.
Don't Do Me Like That.
Don't do it like that.
Later, as a solo act, Petty's Southern-influenced sound brought a new wave of success, Free Fallin'. I Won't Back Down.
No, I won't back down.
Petty's music legacy includes more than 25 albums and countless awards, including 3 Grammys. In 2002, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Petty's prolific journey was immortalized in the 4-hour documentary Running Down a Dream in 2007.
Stephanie Neal reporting there. Now an update on another popular singer's health. Aerosmith frontman Steven Tyler is refuting rumors about his health, saying he did not have a heart attack or a seizure. The 69-year-old says in a statement posted on the band's website that he's sorry for cutting the band's tour short, but he had to have a medical procedure that only his doctor in the United States could perform. Aerosmith announced last week that it was canceling the tour's final 4 shows in Brazil, Chile, Argentina, and in Mexico.
Glad to hear he didn't have anything that was worse off in that sense.
I think we'll see him back on stage very soon. Yeah.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back with more news and weather.